Okay, so today we're going to talk about literacy remediation. Please bear with me. I don't have my pen for my board, so we're having to use our finger and it's not picking it up so great, but we're going to make it. Anyway, all about me. So I graduated from the College of Charleston. I've been teaching early childhood for 10 years, first grade, third grade, and second grade. I love reading. I love teaching kids to read. I love first grade, especially because it's a big reading year and you get to see the students grow a lot in that reading. This is my little dog, Chewy. He's super sweet. He's also 10 years old. And then this is my husband and my son, Bear. Okay, so the 5 components of reading. We have phonological awareness, fluency, vocabulary, phonics, and comprehension. Each one of these components helps the student become a successful reader. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear sounds and manipulate individual sounds in spoken words. Phonics is when readers learn the relationship between the letters in written language and the sounds that are spoken in that language. Fluency is the ability of a student to read quickly, accurately, and with expression. Vocabulary refers to the words that we need, that we must know to communicate effectively, and comprehension is our understanding of a text and also our retention of the text that we read. Instructional strategies for teaching and reinforcing each of these components. So phonemic awareness, what we would do to build phonemic awareness in students is practice with nursery rhymes, reading rhyming books, singing songs, playing with words, sounds. In phonics, we would probably play the alphabet game because that's letter sound knowledge, work with magnetic letters and word families to help practice our skills with switching out different letter sounds. How do we change bat to rat to cat? A lot of kids love exploring with those letters and writing those words and then changing the first sound. And once they get that down, they can move on to the last sound or the vowel sound in the middle in CBC words. Vocabulary. A great way to build vocabulary in students is to have them converse with each other. We learn a lot through conversations with others, and allowing them to practice communicating is a great way for them to pick up words that they need to know to be successful in their reading and writing and speaking. Fluency, one of the biggest things I've noticed in my 10 years of teaching to help build fluency is to practice modeling and reading aloud to students. That helps them to hear what a good reader sounds like. Another great way to build fluency is rereading of a familiar text. So they might have a passage that they work on for a week, and they read that same passage over and over, and each time they try to read a little bit quicker. And also we don't want to forget about understanding it, so that's comprehension. One of the best things to do is provide students with opportunities to practice their comprehension skills. So you might want to start with like a mini lesson saying, hey guys, we're thinking about the author's purpose. Why would the author write this story? And then having them converse with you at the floor, at the carpet while you read the book and say, oh, okay, well the author wrote this for us to enjoy, for us to have fun, or he wrote it for us to learn something new that we might not have known. And then giving them an individual passage where they could work with a partner or at a computer if they need that additional help. Maybe it's read to them, but they're still practicing and applying that skill. And then writing, a great way to enforce instructional writing strategies is to collaborate with the students, providing them with guided practice that they need, high interest topics, especially in the early grades, because they can sometimes have a lot of reluctant writers, and having something that they want to write about will get them to write. And so that's very important. We want high interest stuff that they will want to do. We want them engaged. Okay, another important part of reading and writing is assessment and progress monitoring. there's a large percentage of students who receive the same instruction over and over, and sometimes it's material that they've already learned. So it's important for us to assess the students and progress monitoring them so we know where they're at, we know what they've already learned, and then we can move on. Because if they're having the same material that they've already mastered over and over, they are going to get bored, you're not going to be engaged, and then you'll have instructional problems. So it's important to know what they know, and you give them what they need so they can grow. Some things that help us keep track of this student progress, running records are great, especially if you're having the independent reading at your back table and you just mark quickly and see that they're having trouble with a specific word, and then you're able to offer them the instruction that they need in that word and the resources that they need. Data walls and data folders. Data walls are great. They're a good visual for students to have. However, you have to be careful with the privacy. Keep their names private. But the data folders, they can carry individually, keep to themselves. That gets them actively involved in the things that they can do. They can chart their progress. And at our school, we also use the FastBridge Progress Monitoring Tool, which is an online program that's all the information that you need is right there. It shows you their growth, it shows you if they've been stagnant and what they're struggling with. So that's been a great and helpful tool that we've had this year. So an online resource that we use at our school to help support struggling students and teachers, give them the additional support that they need, is iReady, which is an online.
Mr. Roy, please call Wayne Hayes' cell phone. Mr. Roy, please call Wayne Hayes' cell phone.
It's the online intervention programs, and it's a great tool for teachers to use. It provides students with the instructional support that they need based on a diagnostic test. Okay, and the last thing are ways that the reading and literacy specialists can support students and teachers. So we can work with the struggling students and give them additional support. We can analyze the student data with the teachers and individually to see what we need to do to support the student and help them become successful in their literacy journey. We can plan collaboratively to implement a quality reading program. So we want to find research-based stuff to use in our classroom. And also, reading specialists can provide other educators and parents with resources to support their students in reading and writing. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Bye-bye.